Tērā wiki whakapai te nuinga, he wiki tōria māma gai te haere mo te Cup of Breakers, he oi. Pai te whakaaro e ngaria anō te otinga. The Gold Coast Blaze blazed into town. Big surprise upset against the Breakers, shooting the lights out of the North Shore Event Centre to take a surprise victory. And unfortunately for the Breakers, News didn't get anybody on Sunday, being beat by 20 against the Perth Wildcats. They need to get their act together, otherwise they'll suffer the same fate as Avi's Story, an early exit out of the NBL. E rauranga tira mā, nau mai, whakatau mai, North Shore Event Centre, te papatākaro o Tāmaki Makaurau, mo te tukinga ki Wanganui, te Cup of Breakers, me te Cup of Wildcats. E oku nui, e oku rahi tau tipai anō kia whakata Māori, te tūranga waiwai poi tūpohu o Aotearoa, mo tēnei kēmu taumaha mo te haukanga, te Cup of Breakers, e tuki ana ki tērā, e tū ana i te tihi o te maunga, e te whakataitai NBL, te Cup of Perth Wildcats. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Te Arahi Maipe, and it is fantastic to have you back for more Breakers basketball. Big game, big ask, because there's a lot of boys coming across all the way from WA. Perth Wildcats, the #1 team in the NBL this far, taking on a Breakers team. They've got a few troubles, but they've got the personnel to get it on back, including one very talented shooter that's just come across from Townsville. E ro rangatira mā, joined as always by Brendan Ponge e te rangatira tēnā koe hoa.
Kia ora, Te Arahi. I'm very excited about this game. Breakers, big game for them. They've got to get their season back on track after losing to the Perth Wildcats on Sunday, scoring 5 points in the first quarter.
5.
You're not going to win ball games, but I'm very, very excited with the veteran who's been recruited by the New Zealand Breakers, Johnny Riley, a guy that can get the job done. I don't know whether or not he's been doing much training. He's had 2 training runs with the Breakers, but a guy that I'm excited about. He's got a bit of arrogance and he can shoot the lights out.
Man, he has got the hot hand, and we've seen it many a times when he's burnt the Breakers from the three-point line. But having a look at that, at this stage of the season, out goes Avi Story. He's gone back to the States. In comes John Riley. Given the situation that the Breakers are in at the moment, they've lost 2 straight. Do you see that as a positive, or do you see that as something that they need a couple of weeks to get everything sorted?
I think I see it as a positive because they need somebody that can put some points on the board. The likes of Avi's Story, I mean, he was great around the boards, but he wasn't putting up the points that they need, especially with Kirk Penny out. So it's important, and hey, I hope he does what I'm saying he's going to do tonight, and he does back it up and put up some points. But he's an important key to this side if they're to lead on.
Pai e hoa, nō reire, nane kia huatu te taho o te kōti ke whakarongoa ki te tangata o te wā, te kaitako home o te Cup of Breakers, John Riley.
John Riley, you're back in the league, but this year you're in different colours. How's it feel to be a Breaker?
Oh, very happy just to be back in the league, and very fortunate to be in New Zealand Breaker, and looking forward to the clash tonight.
I think one of the questions has been, what have you been doing? Where have you been?
Yeah, look, transitioning from playing basketball because the opportunity hasn't arisen until a couple days ago. So I've been working but playing the local comp in Australia and just trying to generally keep fit. I've got 3 kids, so lots of running around with them.
Now, I know this team's all about role playing. What role has been given to you this evening for this team?
Yeah, simple, make some shots.
Now, last question. Wildcats, they're a big team. What is it that you guys are looking to do this evening?
Yeah, I think since I've only been in for a couple of days, the team's just been disappointed the way they've been going about it. So it's more about how we go in and prepare for the game, not necessarily about the Wildcats. Let's get back to playing some good free-flowing Breakers basketball.
Wenanga whakaro o te kaitākoro hou, John Riley. Well, pretty much said it there. It's simple. All he's there is to make some shots. But let's have a look at the Perth Wildcats. They've got a monster front court. We're down Avi Story. Alex Pledger still isn't there. How are we going to contain guys like Sean Redditch and Luke Shencha?
Good old-fashioned defence. Get down and dirty. That's the most important thing that the Breakers need to do. They've got some key players in this Perth side. Catalidi coming off the bench, a guy that's been around the league for a long time. So it's important that the Breakers play some good, tough defence from the start.
Kia ora rai, hua no reira, ke titiru atu ki ngā roa kapa.
And looking at the starting lineups, Oscar Foreman there, Rick Rickett, Thomas Abercrombie and CJ Britton with Dylan Boucher. Team unchanged from last week in that starting 5. Looking at the opposition, Stephen Way, Kevin Lish, Sean Redditch, the big man in the middle, Luke Shencha and Damian Martin.
Wena ngā aroa kapa mo tēnei whakataetai, pāiti ana. I roto i te Papatakaro North Shore Event Centre. The visitors, Perth Wildcats, the ball first. And it's a very talented lineup they boast. Majority of their games have been in Perth, so it'll be interesting to see how they travel on the road. Shencha's first hook shot. It's off the mark. Michael Allen, Dallas Pickering, Gavin Pugh, Mark Kaiwa Wild, the referees for tonight's fixture. And it's a big game for the Breakers. Got one at home before they hit the road next week.
Yeah, once again, the Breakers starting the game the way they did last week, getting some nice inside touches early. That'll be the key to get their offensive flowing in these opening few minutes.
Go right back down to the 7'2" giant Luke Shencha. Soft touch from 12 feet, but that's no good. It's slapped down by Sean Redditch.
Both defensive plays here by Rick Rickett. Pushing Shencha a little bit further off the block, making the shot a little bit more difficult. It's a good defense to start off for the Breakers.
That is a key matchup. Off balance jumper. Boucher almost comes up with the offensive rebound.
Really, the tone of this game needs to be set in these opening few minutes of this first quarter. The Breakers need to play some Oh, there's Way with a big three-point shot. Oscar Foreman needing to get his hand up on the defense.
Stephen Way drilled it about 4 feet behind the line. It's turnover, Kevin Lish, and Sean Redditch up the other end of the court. Stumbles, makes it count.
Yeah, once again, a bad turnover there from the Breakers. Need to keep the court a lot more spread on the offense.
Rick Rickett down low against Sean Redditch. Nice spin move, reverse layup. Bounces out. We go right back to the native of Minnesota.
Yeah, Rick Rickett getting good opportunities inside. He needs to punish the defense. You know, working hard on the offensive end. In the corner there for the wide open three-point shot. Damian Martin, a guy that can light it up from beyond the arc. Had a stint with the Boomers.
That's one thing that makes this Perth Wildcats team so deadly. So they've got a formidable front court who can score out well, guys like Shencha, Redditch, but also they are potent from the three-point line.
Well, it's a big defensive ask for the Breakers tonight. You know, 8 points, 6 of those points coming from beyond the arc. So Breakers need to tighten up that defense beyond the three-point line. Force the Wildcats to drive to the basket.
I'm sure over the last couple of weeks, there'll be one thing that they really would like to improve on is their perimeter defense. Oscar Foreman nails his first three.
Good inside-outside play there by the Breakers. Rickett kicking out to Oscar with the open three-point shot in the corner.
Last week, the Gold Coast players, geez, they were on fire. Hit their first 10 of 10 in the first half from the three-point line. Ended up 18 for the game.
Yeah, great shooting display. I don't think I've seen a shooting display like that before in this league.
Boucher, nice pass to Foreman, finds himself wide open.
Once again, Dylan Boucher doing the little things.
Drop-off pass, Sean Redditch.
Great penetration there by Damian Martin, looking to get in the paint, create a few more things. They're being able to drop off the easy pass.
Falling short, a little bit off balance. Great hustle by Dylan Boucher. Ball still loose.
Great hustle by the Breakers.
The crowd
So
here.
second chance opportunities.
So vital for the Breakers' success, and the crowd showing their appreciation to a guy who doesn't get a lot of points. It is so crucial to the Breakers, Dylan Boucher.
Leash there picking up the foul. CJ driving on the bay. Here we go. Breakers on the, every breaker on the floor. CJ and the young kid Abercrombie. That's great hustle. Great play by Rick Rickett. The Perth Wildcats went to a zone then. They feel they can be more effective.
It's a few times now that the Wildcats have been exposed in the low post. Plays captain directly to the basket and getting good looks. Redditch tries to shake up Boucher.
Great defense from Dylan. He didn't fall for the fake there. Great take by Oscar Foreman. Taking it to Shencher there on the baseline. Boucher there, he's a great swingman, Dylan. He can handle the rock. He can play the point guard role if you want. He's confident with his handles, bringing the ball up the court. So good job there by Dylan. And finding the open man, Foreman. Foreman driving to the baseline. Shencher picking up the foul.
Once again, daylight underneath the basket. The defensive end for the Perth Wildcats. Good aggressive play by Oscar Foreman. Starts off the game.
Uh-oh. Here's the man I talked about early, Johnny Riley. It'll be interesting to see. He's getting a good look in the, or getting a shot in the game early. So Johnny Riley, he won't be shy.
Well, talking with Judd Flavel, the assistant coach of the Breakers before the game, they said he stepped right in, picked up the pace very, very quickly. Probably due to the fact that Andre Lamanis, like you were saying earlier on, Pongs was the assistant coach at the Townsville Crocs, where John really spent a lot of times there, picked up the plays, very confident player.
And a player probably that, you know, Andre has seen him train, understands his work ethic, and a player, that's why he's brought him into the side. So great acquisition for the Breakers.
Ball ripped down by Thomas Abercrombie off the miss. Kevin Lish. Ronaldson. He goes up aggressive. Picks up the loose shot. There's a second crack.
Great work by Ronaldson on the post. He missed the first one, went up tough for the second. Oh, CJ's after it tonight.
Lish gets to go for a three. That's no good. Offensive board by Shencher.
Yeah, Rickett picking up the foul there.
And don't forget, 3 to 4 o'clock every Wednesday, Matt Gunn hosts the Breakers Hour. Catch that on Radio Sport. Also, you can get their feed off the internet, www.radiosport.co.nz. Ngā mihi, kia mātou hoa o Radio Sport.
I like the tone of this game. I like the way CJ Bruton's getting after his man. Just putting a little bit more of a body on them defensively, pushing them out of their offensive sets. It's interesting, just making that little adjustment, pushing them a little bit further, not letting them catch the ball where they want to catch it. Can really cause problems. Half-court press there from the Perth Wildcats. Nice drive by Abercrombie.
Well, the Breakers are showing no fear. Going in the paint, any opportunity they can get, even though there's a big brick wall standing in front of them. Another good pass, finds really open in the corner for three.
Johnny really with the wide open shot there. Good look, feet set. Great hands here by Boucher.
Might have been a case that he was too open.
That's all right, gets an early look, that's what we want.
What's your hand?
13-11, 3:41 left in the first quarter.
Black, 4, hold. You got it, mate.
CJ Bruton checks out, Paul Henare. Foundation breaker.
I tell you what, there's a lot better effort from the Breakers from their previous game last Sunday when they only managed to score 5 points. So a better start from the Breakers today. A little bit tough on the defense.
What's your hand?
Shencha backing in, hook shot, it's off the mark. So Shencha's 0 for 3 to start off the first quarter. Boucher again finds Abercrombie on the other corner, that's good.
Nice pass once again by Boucher. Abercrombie with his feet set. Dylan there falling for the fake. Doing the flip in mid-air.
The old leapfrog gone wrong.
Here it is here. Dylan there baseline, seeing the open man in the corner. Similar play on the last time for Johnny Riley, but Johnny missed the shot. That time Abercrombie drilling the three. Oh yeah, great play by Dylan Boucher there. Jesse Wagstaff getting called for the foul.
Dylan Boucher's doing a fantastic job in the first quarter. 3 assists already, offensive rebounds, creating turnovers, creating opportunities.
Oh, great play there. Breakers really getting after Perth.
An aggressive Breakers team taking it straight to the number 1.
Well, here's one guy
Up
that
in the
can get
lead.
it done. Catalini off the Shencha. Great team. Breakers forcing the Perth Wildcats to speed up their offense. Controlling the tempo of this game.
Nothing here. Get set, Dill. No arms.
Oh, nice play again. Boucher finding the open man. Good offense by the Breakers.
Anata amata kupu poi tū kohu, karo me te pīrori, pick and roll. It's our basketball term in te reo Māori for the first quarter. Karo me te pīrori, pick and roll.
Which is an interesting play. You'll see a lot of that with the point guard setting a screen at the top of the key with their big man rolling. Happens quite a lot in the game of basketball where the defense really has to concentrate and talk.
One step behind the whole time. If they dribble into each other, it's a bad cut. Hey, we've been through this a lot of times. Right, so it's settled down. Offensively, in transition, look to set it on ball screen. Right, so Robbo, you're coming up. Come and set that there, make it legal. Leave the screen, let's go back up there, move the ball. They're playing more physical and more harder than us. Fuck that. Let's go. One, two, three. Wildcats.
Oh, interesting words from the Perth Wildcats. Here we go, Dylan Boucher, great defense there. He's been doing it both ends of the court. Here, finding the open man, hustling. Just typical Dylan Boucher basketball and finding the open man. And finishing off, trademark layups under the basket. It's a great job from Dylan Boucher in this first quarter. Interesting, the Perth Wildcats chatting there in the timeout, saying they're being out-hustled on the defensive end, and basically, man, defense wins your ball games.
Patata ki te rua miniti e toia rei te wehenga tuatahi. Good defense by Oscar Foreman, everybody getting in on the act. Really, he jacks up a long-range bomb.
That's what I say, Johnny, really. He ain't shy.
Hold ball, you grab him first.
Johnny really, a couple of dribbles.
Black.
A foot off the three-point line and fills it. You got to get a hand up. Here it is here.
Let's go, let's go.
I talked about at the top of the game. This guy can shoot the ball, and if he gets in a zone, look out. Riley's first points for the New Zealand Breakers, and it's from beyond the arc. Here's an interesting thing. Johnny Riley's, you know, he's played with a couple of the Breakers players for the Boomers. Ronaldson and Bruton, so a lot of experience in this Breakers side now.
Well, you have a look at the bench. 646 games, Tony Ronaldson. 469, John Riley, and 198 for Paul Henare. 3 players off the bench combined for over 1,300 NBL games. That has to be some type of record.
Yeah, that's pretty phenomenal, right? Perth Wildcats trying to push the defense up a little bit further, getting called by getting called for the foul.
It's a fair comment. I don't necessarily agree.
Great start by the Breakers in this first quarter.
We're looking at it. Hang in there, mate. You're getting a fair shake.
Robbins talking to the referee, not happy. I think it's an important thing in a basketball game. You start the game the way you want to finish. The referees know you're going to play that style of defense.
Brad Robbins at the top of the key. Shot clock winding down, 5 seconds. At the buzzer, Lesh, it looked as though that he still had the ball, won't matter. Oh, great hustle by the Perth Wildcats. Keeping it alive, 15-footer, rims out. With less than a minute to go, the Breakers holding an 11-point lead.
Oh, great seal. Boucher again finding Ronaldson. Ronaldson with Catalini on his back. Cat picking up the foul. Here it is, great pass again from Boucher there. Nice bounce pass in. Ronaldson had Catalini on his back, picking up the foul.
His pinpoint accuracy. He's dropping dimes, mate. He's dropping dimes. It's causing the Wildcats all sorts of headaches.
One shot, here we go. One.
Robinson makes 1 of 2. That's 3 points for the Bear.
Here's that pick and roll.
Foreman pulls down the board. Henare looking to step up the intensity, drops it off to Boucher.
Great pass. Great drive by Paul Henare on the baseline, dropping it to Dylan Boucher.
Paul. Sean, it's over here.
Bit of a toe patu happening between Jesse Wagstaff, Gavin Few and Dylan Boucher.
There we go.
Wildcats look to take the last shot of the quarter.
I tell you what, Tiari, I love the way the Breakers are playing in this first quarter. They've really got some mungo. They're really getting after them. They're not taking a step back. They're really beating up on this Perth Wildcat side.
That's the end of the first quarter. It has been a huge effort by the home team, up 14 over the top team in the league right now. Breakers, rua te kaumau no Wildcats te kaumarua kia mautonu mo te haupā tuarua e whai ake nei. E rauranga tira maa hoki mai Papatakoro North Surrey Event Centre rua te kaumauno ki te Kapa Breakers, te kaumārua ki te Kapa Perth Wildcats.
Well, looking at the overall standings for the season so far, the Wildcats 6 wins, 2 losses. The Breakers here, they've played 9, they've won 4. Look at that top 4, the Hawks, 36ers, Crocodiles, the Breakers just out of the top 4. I think with a win tonight, they might slide in there. Tiari, I have to say this Breakers side, that's the best first quarter defensively I've seen them play this year. Really, really getting after it and putting a lot of pressure on the Perth side. I mean, that's the way you start basketball games. You hit the opposition right between the eyes.
Talking with the coach staff before the game, saying that their practice session they had yesterday was the best session they had had all year. But they didn't want it to be one of those typical scenarios in sport where you train the house down and then come to the game, you're kaput.
It's called training like Tarzan. Training like Tarzan, playing like Jane.
Oh, thank goodness I never had that problem. I trained like Jane and I played like Jane.
That's not what I was told.
Paulie Henare puts the accelerators on. Misdirected pass to Oscar Foreman, so they'll pull back up. But I agree with you 100%, the intensity and the tenacity shown by the Breakers. It's no wonder why they've got a 14-point lead at the end of the first quarter.
Great play again. Ronaldson getting the ball down on the deep in the paint, having the smaller player on him, Drew Williamson, reaching across, collecting the foul. Ronaldson, far bigger man.
Foreman again from the same spot. Oh, good. Boucher proving to be such an asset in this game, slapping the ball back. Give his team another opportunity to get that ball in the hole. Foreman again for 3. That's better.
If you watch the offense by the Breakers, Dylan Boucher playing in the short corner, hard position to guard. By him playing in, getting the catch in the short corner, passing into the post, it opens up on the outside. Foreman getting the wide open shot.
Foreman having a big impact early in this game as Boucher strips the ball away. Breakers up the other end of the court. Foreman already with 10. Make that 10. Jumping the gun.
Foreman, he's not hesitating. He's feeling it. Trying to get some rhythm on his jumper. Foreman picking up the foul. Oscar's second. Henare being subbed out of the game there. Great work by Paul Henare. He came in and gave some real energy off the bench. Lamanis would be happy with that.
Yeah, I don't think you can really question the productivity of the bench from the Breakers this season. Been a few things that haven't really gone their way so far, but definitely the contribution of the guys like Ronaldson, like Paul Henare. Corey Webster's having a bigger impact off the bench.
Foreman picking up his third foul. In comes JR. One shooter leaves, another one enters.
Pretty handy scenario for Andre Lamanis with his big gun. Kirk Penny still out injured. Slip disc. Still possible 3 weeks on the sidelines for KP. Martin jacks up another big 3.
Yeah. Got to get a hand up on Martin.
Ronaldson with the pirouette. That's no good. Martin picking up the drabs. Abercrombie pulls down another rebound. His third of the game.
Wagstaff picking up the foul. Good job by Abercrombie. Ronaldson and Redditch having a bit of Bit of a tussle there.
Hey, we're one in the baseline. Yeah, one.
Oh, Ronaldson getting...
Slapped with a technical foul. So in chicks and Rick Ricketts, a little bit of feeling in this game. Of course, Sean Redditch is no stranger to the North Shore Event Centre or the Breakers, former player, before really elevating his game, heading over to the Perth Wildcats, and now is one of the premier players of the competition.
Well, Sean Redditch, he's a guy that played in Tasmania in the 2nd division, putting up some big numbers down there, and finally being picked up by an NBL franchise. But a guy that knows how to get the job done. He can put the ball in the basket. A guy that the Breakers will have to concentrate on. But a great first and midway through the 2nd quarter by the Breakers defensively. Frustration by the Perth Wildcats. Bit of niggle. Check it out here. Big screen being set by Ronaldson. Wagstaff not happy about it. Ronaldson pushing off Sean Redditch, having a few words.
All right, keep being aggressive. All right, don't let this phase us now. We need to keep the aggression. Offensively, you're inbounded. You're the guard that comes back if we need it. Keep staying deep. All right, so we've got trans on the fly, aggressive against their press, and we've got some secondaries to get you guys swinging out. All right, keep setting screens, keep being aggressive. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Yep, Lamana's happy there. Telling his side to continue what they're doing. Getting after the Perth Wildcats. Perth will be trying to settle into their game.
Well, it's important for the Breakers that they keep up this type of intensity for the entire 40 minutes. We've seen in a couple of these home games where they get up to big leads and completely drop off at stages of the game. Wagstaff picks up 2 points. And Perth definitely have the arsenal at their disposal to make you pay if you take the foot off the pedal. CJ, tough jumper. Chases it down. 6 offensive rebounds now for the Breakers. Abercrombie gets caught. Fadeaway jump shots way off the mark. Bouchers there for their 7th offensive board, and a little drop shot for Rick Rickett.
There it is, those second chance points. Dylan Boucher creating those second chance opportunities. Redditch, nice drive to the basket. Rickett picking up the foul. 3-point play.
Well, the undersized Breakers are absolutely killing Wildcats on the boards. 16-7.
You know, that's a big part of the game too, controlling the boards. An area that Andre Lamanis would have been concentrating over the last few days. Here we go, he's a full court press. Breakers break it easily. Abercrombie with a good look.
Foul. So it'll be called on Tom Abercrombie.
What number is he? 10. Black 10.
Drew Williamson putting the ball on the floor.
Jeremiah Truman subbed into the game with Rick Rickett on 2 fouls.
Well, Jeremiah Truman, one of the new additions to the Breakers this season. He will probably get a lot more court time now. Harvey Story, who was predominantly used in the front court for the Breakers, got Alex Pledger, their main backup center, who's out injured. He'll be back in a couple of weeks' time. So Truman should see a bit more game time.
Once again, full court pressure by Perth Wildcats.
Ronaldson pump fake, steps in and makes the jumper.
Nice play by Ronaldson there. Nice little pump fake. Got his player off the floor. Pulled up for the easy 2 points.
32-24, just over 6 minutes left in the second quarter. Redditch dumps it down low to Shincha.
Well, that play there was created by Sean Redditch. Took his man off the dribble, passed the ball over top to Shincha. It was fouled from behind. Abercrombie picking up his second foul. Here it is. Nice little pass off. Ronaldson had to step up to help. Jeremiah Truman. No, Abercrombie picking up the foul.
Well, the Breakers have done a pretty good job on Luke Shincha. He's only scored 2 points, and both of those from the free throw line. 0 for 4 in the game. He is an imposing presence. Corey Webster throws up a 3.
Good look from Webster. That was a nice shot.
Shincha. Damian Martin pulls away with a jump shot. That's no good. Webster from the Harbour Heat last season in the New Zealand NBL. Truman gets his first bucket of the game.
Good job by Truman. Good job on the defensive end, boxing out Luke Shincha. Putting a body on him. Doing a good job.
Good defense, turned over. Forces a turnover towards the Breakers, and travel call on Tony Ronaldson.
Ronaldson there having a look. Feet weren't set. A little bit of a step.
Tony Ronaldson, who's been in the league 19th season, spent a bit of time in Perth. Kicks it out, 3-point shot, wide open. Brad Robbins hits it in the corner.
I think that was a 2, Tiara. He put on the line.
Well, the Breakers letting slip a healthy lead. The Wildcats who almost throw it away. Lish drags it back in. Deficit now is 8. It was 14.
Good hands there by Webster. Unlucky not to pick up the steal.
Foul call. Have a look at some of the statistics here at the Perth Wildcats, who dreadful from the floor in the first half, only shooting 33%, 8 of 24. 3-point shooting hasn't been too bad, 3 of 7. The Breakers have been just doing a whole bunch of stuff that's making it hard for the visitors. Tonight, good defensive pressure. They've been fantastic on the boards.
Well, a great statistic there. The Breakers with 9 steals in this first half compared to the Wildcats 1, so they're getting after it. 2 turnovers.
It's great ball security.
Once again, a full court press.
Wildcats looking to be more aggressive here in the second quarter. Corey Webster draws the foul.
The Wildcats trying to speed the offense up of the Breakers. Trying to get them out of their rhythm.
Coming into this game, Corey Webster gets the ball, pushes it back out. A few murmurs now starting to say that Andre Lamanis, head coach of the Breakers, under a little bit of pressure now with his team sitting under 500, came into the season as favourites. But a few injuries, especially to key player Kirk Penny, put the Breakers on the back foot, but it's only early days in the NBL season. Robbins collects, attempts another three, that's no good, so back up the other end. Corey Webster's the extended minutes of the first half.
Great drive there by Ronaldson. Robbins picking up the foul. That's his third. Here it is here. Driving baseline. Robbins coming across to help and foul. Ronaldson unhappy with himself, wanting to finish that off and make it a three-point play.
Oh, I tell you, Tony Ronaldson, the last couple of weeks, man, he's still got a bit of tone. He can move for a big man.
It's deceiving, isn't it?
He's used to seeing parking his big nono on underneath the hoop or spotting up for a three-point shot, but in the last few weeks, bringing the ball out of the back court. Shencha. Ronaldson all over him off the glass.
Good D by Ronaldson. It was a tough shot, great D.
CJ Bruton leads the pack.
Great pass once again. Boucher thrown to the space for Bruton for the wide open layup. That's the way you break a press.
It's 4 foul-knows or 4 assists for Dylan Boucher.
10 steals for the Breakers in this first half. Great defense.
Shencha. Hacked on the way in, but no call and no bucket. Ronaldson for 3. It's short. 2-minute mark approaches in the first half. Boucher, so he'll pick up the foul.
Foul still on 24, Dylan Boucher. 7 first.
So the Breakers, a few players with foul problems. Foreman with 3, Rickett with 3, Abercrombie with 2, Boucher with 2, and Johnny Riley with 2. So I guess if you're wanting to play that physical style of basketball, you've got to be careful on the with the foul count also.
Gonna get some calls go against you. And with the new rules in place this season, NBL, FIBA international rules, shorter time on the court, 40 minutes rather than the 48. And that means 1 less foul to give, so 5 fouls and you're out. So man management will be priority for Andre Lemanis. Good pressure at the defensive end. Anata mato kupu poi tūkohu mo te hauwha tuarua. Tūrapa kōkiri, offensive rebound. Our Māori word for the second quarter is tūrapa kōkiri, offensive rebound. Breakers have done a good job so far. Tūrapa kōkiri, 7 in the first half. Way hits a tough 3-point shot. Oh, you gotta like that. Paulie Henry did a pretty good job keeping him tied up defensively, but he shot it right in his face and absolutely nailed it to reduce the lead to 6. It's the slimmest lead the Breakers have had in a long time, being up over double digits at the end of the first quarter. No reira ka karanga te te hitaukua. Ko rātou kai ko Andre Lemanis ki te wete. Ngā whakahaerenga, ngā whakaritenga. Tōna team.
Coming in and making you catch it real deep. It's here. This guy's here. We've got the guard here. That other guard. Let's get out of there. Yeah. You go ahead and flush middle. All right? This guy stay deep. This guy flush middle. This guy stay deep. And this guy come back to the gap if required, all right? So you're having a look at bounce straight over the top. They're both kind of breaking for the ball. Bounce there and me there. If bounce breaks, then you stay. All right, if bounce breaks, you just need to read. Sometimes if bounce breaks, you might break in behind it. Okay. Hey, don't bounce in the corners, Corey. Go, 1, 2, 3.
Well, the Wildcats having a better second quarter than the Breakers, 23-15. So they're starting to get their offensive sets right. Port and the Breakers finished this first half strongly.
Been a much improved effort by the Perth Wildcats in the second quarter, especially their full court traps, putting a lot of pressure on the handlers for the Breakers. 1 minute 30 left in the first half. CJ Bruton has been relatively quiet, only 2 points in the game so far. Shencha, second board of the night.
The Breakers crowd getting behind the Breakers right now. That defensive chant. Oh, and it worked.
Shencha had the soap slip out of the hands as Webster goes above the big man. Stephen Way accidentally slapping the ball out. Slish checks back in for Damien Martin.
The Wildcats will realise that this won't be an easy win like they had on Sunday night. The Breakers playing with a lot more intensity.
Completely different Breakers outfit we're seeing here tonight. Lish gets pinged for a foul.
Great give and go there. Lish picking up the foul. Bruton passing and then cutting straight off. Drawing the foul.
CJ Bruton, who's picked up a lot of the slack since the injury to his backcourt teammate Kirk Penny. Quiet night so far, 3 points, but he's getting good contributions from other key members like Oscar Foreman, who leads all Breakers with 10 points. Tony Ronaldson, 9. And bar Corey Webster, everybody on the playing roster has scored tonight.
Bit of run and jump by the Breakers here. Putting a bit more pressure on the defensive end. Great denial on the wing by CJ Bruton.
Boucher gets caught out. Defending Lish, who gets a good pass off the Shencha. Hits. Tough shot at the buzzer. Just a fraction of a second, the difference between game clock and the shot clock. Actually, the shot clock will be turned off. Turnaround jumper for CJ, rims out. Dylan Boucher steals the ball away. CJ picks up the offensive ball. That's no good. So a couple of bites for the Breakers. Unable to get one more bucket before the end of the half, so the scores will remain 43-37 as the scoreline at the end of the first half. 6 points separates the two teams, but I think everybody would agree that it's been a much improved effort by the home team, who have struggled in their last couple of games. Ara, ka huatu I nei kia Brendan Pongia e kōrero atu ki te kai ko tuarua o te Kappa Breakers, a Judd Flavel.
Well, Juddy, a lot talked about since last Sunday's game in Perth. Are the boys doing what they were told to do during the week?
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to give the Wildcats a decent fight. I mean, we felt pretty disappointed in our effort last game tonight it's all about having some pride on the defensive end, making sure it is a war, and turn that into the flow and going in the other direction and keeping pressure on and keeping it at the rim.
And another, I guess, positive for the side, John really coming to the side, a guy that's got a lot of experience too.
Yeah, absolutely. He can slip straight into this situation. True professional and veteran, and you know, we're going to need him. He's a confidence player. He can knock down the shots. You know, he had a good start to the game, so hopefully keep it going.
Areas that you think the guys can work on in the second half?
Oh, we just got to stay aggressive. I mean, we've missed the little easy ones at the rim. We've got to make sure we keep aggressive in our mindset that way. Good things we usually follow if we keep it being aggressive at the rim. Then we start to see other options open up from there.
Judd, is that a moustache or a caterpillar under your lip?
Yeah, I've been working on it for a while.
Good idea.
Ngā mihi kia Judd Flavel. Me ngā kaitaunaki o te Kappa Breakers e tisiro atu ana ki te tatau. Me tā rātou harikoa, whātekau mātoru ki te toru te kau māwhitu. Kia mau tonu mai, ka wete mātau. I te wehenga tuatahi muri tonu ngā whakatairanga e whai ake nei.
Gotcha.
Yeah, right. E te iwi hoki mai ki te papatākaro North Shore Event Centre Breakers, kei mua. Pā te kaumātoru ki te toru te kaumāwhitu. Having a look at some of the people behind the scenes. Thirsty work here at the North Shore Event Centre. Very, very vocal crowd in support of their Breakers. that are doing pretty good at the moment. Pātekau mātoru ki te toru te kau māwhitu, wina te tatau kia tisiro atu ki e te he atu o ngā tatauranga mo te wehenga tuatai. Well, it started off lightning, the Breakers in the first quarter, but the Wildcats clawed their way back and made things a little bit tougher. There was a double-digit lead at the end of the first quarter, but they pulled back the shooting statistics, 41% from the floor for the Breakers, 36% from beyond the arc. At the other end, the Wildcats, well, they haven't shot that well, but they've used a lot of grit and determination to get themselves back in the game. Offensive rebounds have been a big facet, but even more impressive has been the Breakers at the defensive end. 6 steals to 1, hence the reason for a 6-point lead. Nō reira, e te iwi kia titiro atu ki e tehi o ngā whetū maiangi o tēnei tukinga tuatahi.
Henare finishing off the glass inside. Great job.
Basketball of the NBL Championship. And remember, get your 5-game package and tickets online. Plus check out our newly added videos to get behind the scenes of the Burger King Breakers online at nzbreakers.co.nz. And for all the news on all of the teams in the NBL, visit nbl.com.au. Now we have a great range of Breakers gear for you, from $2 wristbands, posters and bumper stickers to official Burger King Breakers singlets. Plus look out in the next month for Breaker basketball shorts. Check out online and here on game nights. Our thanks to Accor